Hello, folks on YouTube. How's it going out there? I thought I'd talk today a little bit about just guitar and maybe give my take on some things that I've come across on the internet recently. Maybe talk about some of the shorts that I've done and some of the things I'm working on. I guess I'll start out by mentioning that I just finished writing out the arrangement for a Misty video. I hope that can come out pretty soon. So I think the chord melody is gonna be pretty good and accessible. So I want to create something that's maybe fairly easy to play and get folks going on that tune. So I released a podcast on that tune and doing a basic rundown on the chord changes for that. And so check that out if you haven't already. But I kind of went over some of the chord changes, and that's such a huge thing in improvisation, is to have an understanding of chord changes and tonalities and things and key signatures, to be kind of able to negotiate some of the changes, because in a sense it becomes pretty difficult to just stay in one guitar pattern or something when it comes to standards or a lot of jazz repertoire. So being able to move and make those shifts through circle of fifths and all that. And so that's what I'm here to talk about here today. If anyone has any questions out there on Misty or kind of your quest to work at guitar, jazz guitar, or just improvisation in general. So let me talk a little bit about a few things that I've come across this week. So I saw a video about fingerings recently, and so maybe I'll talk a little bit about that. I would say, kind of for the most part, I would recommend playing one finger per fret, and then there are sometimes when it might be helpful to stretch. For example, I was just reviewing a little bit of "Go Get It" by Pat Metheny, and a lot of things work under within 4 frets. So you so that you can just do a little shift, and then you have these little that kind of works within 4 frets. Right. And then you might get to this part, do something like that. So that, in that case, you could maybe stretch back over here and kind of bring that finger 1 back into position, or you could play like this, right? So the when it comes to the fingerings, I would definitely recommend staying for the most part within one finger per fret. Works pretty well, and using a lot of fingers 1, 2, and 3. So each finger kind of has its own thing going on. I think fingers 1 and 2, let me know what you think out there. Yeah, I think those are probably the strongest of the fingers. 3 is pretty weak. 4 is, I would say, pretty strong actually, but it's got the size disadvantage. And 3 and 4 don't tend to be so independent of one another. So that's kind of the summation of the fingers as far as I've come to understand them. But I think there is room for exploring and practicing different things. But I find that most of the times I do play kind of one finger per fret. But finger one and two do stretch pretty nicely. And I think it's worth pursuing a little bit of exercise, maybe. But I wouldn't focus on that necessarily. So what I was doing there is just kind of stretching and doing kind of one finger per note, like in a diatonic sort of way, or in a key. But personally, for me, I think for what I'm kind of after, as far as style and everything, I'm not really too concerned about getting into that. There are times when I find that this kind of sound is pretty cool to do, like maybe some sort of triad with a little bit of a reach out, do like a major third, and then bounce back here for a third, so we get kind of augmented triad. And then come up with kind of little patterns. But you can do other things with that as well. But kind of getting down some of the positions and using one finger per fret, I would kind of recommend that in general. Although it's helpful, to kind of move over, do 3 notes per string. See if you can kind of branch out in between some of the notes and everything. All right, well, maybe I'll got a little noodling here. Okay, so the live stream this past Sunday morning, I plan to, if all goes well within my week, to do that again this coming week, but we'll see. It's a little early. to tell what the plans may be. So, but Misty video, getting that together. I think I'm gonna put together the bass line and the drum track, so the kind of backing track on that here in the coming days. Well, I have to say I don't know that tune, but yeah, maybe I'll check that out. I don't know if anybody out there has checked out Vic Juris. He's a guitarist that I really enjoy. I believe he passed away a few years ago, but I really enjoy his playing, and so he's got this recording of A Weaver of Dreams, which I recommend checking that out if you have, or whatever platform you use to check out your music. Check him out. He was really great. So another little thing I saw coming up on the internet recently, um, it has to do with modes. So maybe I'll talk a little bit about modes. And I've been thinking about, maybe putting together a video about modes and how you might approach them. But one thing that can help is to play, like, let's say you're working out the modes in the key of no sharps, no flats, so key of C. So take a some sort of resolution, right? And real simple thing. You really just want to kind of get the ear to hear the C as the tonic. So whatever you want to do, for that G7 would be great. And then just a real straightforward C major triad. And then go through and play, from like D to D or something. And you'll kind of hear this little kind of like tug on that note, if you will. So you'll have this little kind of feeling like about that first and last note, right? So, and then just try different modes and get a sense for what each one of those sort of sounds like, so do like, and keep it super simple as far as this part of it, just a nice 4-5-1, like no major 7, no 6 or anything, just play that, right? And just play, another mode. So just do right, and then keep doing that through all of the 7 modes. So that's a really great, I think, exercise to get a sense for the modes and all that. And of course, there's playing, that the actual chord that you might associate with each one of these. So if it's E to E in the key of C, then you just want to kind of get familiar, like what's the sound of that. So you can even play, each note individually. Play this one, and just kind of go through. And kind of get that association between the chord shape and the mode shape, and try to not lose sight of that tonic, and how that kind of fits into the sound of the scale. So those are a couple things that I'd really recommend doing, and playing all these through, whatever the mode. I'm just kind of randomly picking Phrygian here, but play this in different octaves around the neck, so that can really be powerful, right? Because you want to be able to kind of, well, I'm not speaking for anybody out there, but from my perspective, I want to have some agility, when I'm working through harmonic changes. So if the chord is changing and I'm like in this position, and it's just kind of different from what I just saw. And I would like to be able to play something in this position or within a position, up or down, something like that, so that I can make a sort of melodic line on that. So, so those are a few things I've been checking out around the internet. What have you been checking out? Kind of one of my goals, I think, for this channel is to have content that will last, kind of long term. So like a lot of these melody videos, if you folks keep kind of checking those out, I really appreciate that. And I think gradually I may kind of update some of those older ones, but that's kind of my goal, I would say, is just to not to follow kind of the trends and the kind of clickbait sort of thing. So anyway, a little bit of my philosophy on that, I guess. Let's see. Hello from Brazil. Yeah, Adrian, how's it going? I do have a GK pickup on here. It's the GK3. I'm not using it at the moment, but I use it for some synth type things, and also inputting some MIDI into some of the recordings. So that's what I've got there. GK excuse me, Roland GK3 there. Have you ever used it? At the moment, and then I would say pretty much all the videos are through magnetic pickup. But I have some kind of cool visual virtual instruments that kind of show the notes that I'm playing. So I may bring that back out. So yeah, installed on solid bodies. Well, this one is it's semi. It is solid at this point. So, but it does have a solid piece of wood down the middle, I believe, which you can kind of see through there. I don't think that would show up on the camera, but yeah. So. But I like them. I find them pretty reliable. Yeah, I really like this guitar. It seems like it works pretty well. It's got a good sound. It's pretty versatile. It's pretty much the one I just use, kind of go-to guitar. Yeah. But you can. I think you can do jazz on this pretty nicely, and but the thing I like about this body style is I can do a lot of different types of sounds. So I when I do big band gig that I play, really, it's really quite a variety of tunes. There's even anywhere from um, Queen tunes to some 70s disco-ish things, and then but then a lot of the older, like, kind of Peggy Lee and classic jazz stuff. So I just I use this one on all that, and I was playing a little trio gig over the weekend, and so I brought this one, and we did some Schofield tunes, did Matheny tunes, and we did some what you might consider some of the fusion type tunes of the 70s, as well as some Brazilian tunes, Corcovado and some others, and I played a Reverb Dreams there. So it just really did some Coltrane. So it just covers everything really pretty nicely. So, all right, well, I'm gonna hang out for a few more minutes. So I'm not entirely sure this time of day is the best time to live stream, but I've tried a few times. So yes, this is original pickups on this one. Original pickups. I did take off the pick guard, and I took off. I have this cover somewhere, but I took it off for the mess around with the nut, and I haven't put it back on there. Yeah, but I wouldn't change anything on this guitar just because of the price of it. Other than that, like, I just don't think I would change the pickups or anything. Wow, 4 a.m. Wow. Cool. That is early. It's either early or late, one of the two. It's 9 p.m. here on the East Coast of the United States. But I like these pickups, so I mean, I guess if I didn't like them, I may consider changing them. But I like them. I think they sound really good. YouTube audio, yeah, thanks. I've struggled so much with trying to get audio to sound good on the internet and on devices. So, how are you doing driving the signal into this live? Yeah, so I'm using a OBS Studio, which is a free streaming software. You can check out OBS Studio. But yeah, I've got an interface and stuff. I don't know if I've done the video on this tune or not, but one tune I think is kind of cool to try is this Green Tea by John Scofield. It has these really neat kind of like chords that you can do that that kind of, in a sense, they kind of clash, I think, but it just all, I think maybe because it happens so often that it's just kind of works. I don't know. It's just a kind of cool tune, but and you get all these kind of like cascading, overlapping things. So thanks so much, Adrian. I really appreciate your comment on that, because I actually I do work very hard to get audio. That's kind of my main priority, but I guess it would be as a musician. Christian Scott. Brand year is this guitar? What year is it? I actually don't know the year. Probably could find out here. I'm not sure the exact year, but I think it's probably 5 or 6 years old. It's the Ibanez AS200. So if I had to guess, I think it's the 2001, I believe. All right, everybody. But that wouldn't be right because I think I've had it longer than that. But maybe it's 2017. I can't remember. But yeah, Ibanez. All right, everybody. Well, thanks so much for checking this out. I've got to get rolling here, but appreciate you checking this out. And yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe and like and all that. And hope to see you all soon. I will quite possibly be back on Sunday, so keep an eye out. Turn on notifications and all that. And I hope to do some more shorts coming up soon. Vertical video shorts. 1973 Gibson SG. Oh, that is nice. Yeah. Sounds awesome. All right, everybody. Have a great day, great practice session. I'll see you all in the next video.